Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the NGS Season 15 Free Agent Combine. Um, so the way this works is that I've chosen the map, and I've chosen the map Battlefield of Eternity. Um, a lot of these teams have already been playing with each other for the past couple hours. Each team's got like a recruiter and some suggested roles for some of these players. Let's see, let me go ahead and get everybody in this lobby. Oh, and I do have a co-caster today.
Hello,
It's Jotad, a familiar
I am
voice.
co-caster.
Once we get these teams in here, we'll start. So for a lot of these players, we'll be seeing players get recruited for teams that are around the Div D E level, I believe.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
maybe
we
some
won't.
Div C as
Maybe.
well.
I mean, this is for anybody to go ahead and look at,
Yeah,
watch the stream or watch the VOD and say, hey, I like how they play. Unfortunately, we won't be able to hear comms, which I feel is super important when drafting people for your team. So, but we'll get to see things like positioning and talent choices and skill
hmm
shots and stuff like that.
yeah. Well, and even if they haven't been playing with each other for a ton of time, um, you can still see a sort of base level of coordination and how well do they know the map, the
Mhm.
general sort of Storm League rotations. Like if you don't know your teammates, you rotate still in a certain way, and the higher level you are, the more consistently you're able to clear quickly, move around the map to the important parts, know when to join objective, not to join objective,
Mhm.
stuff like that.
I've
So why'd you
chosen,
pick
yeah,
Battlefields?
I
Yeah.
I chose Battlefield because it's a two-lane map. I
Uh-huh.
personally like the map a lot. I think it's pretty clear where you should go and when, and that lets us focus on drafting, like literally in draft, what heroes you choose, because it's pretty important as far as like team comp. What do you want to do in the map and why? And then also, things get kind of tricky if you're not on like a super coordinated team, which these are free agents, with shot calling. So I like to kind of have like a simple path going forward so we can see more of like the technical skill for each player. But I will go to a three-lane map for the next match.
Yeah. Battlefield can be a little tricky with when it comes to figuring out if you want to race or defend.
Yeah.
Uh, so it can make things a little chaotic, but definitely the macro is fairly straightforward too. And I imagine both teams will be, in terms of camps, like the Bruiser camp will be seeing whether or not how quickly they go to the Bruiser camp is an indication of maybe how well the team is gelling and if they have a shot caller that's decent at recognizing um, basic macro rotations.
Hey, Blue. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm waiting for one
Waiting
more
on another
team.
team.
Yeah, waiting on one of these teams. Oh, looks like we've got one person in.
Jason.
They're actually a recruiter. So
Ah.
both of these teams have a recruiter. Jason is one of them, and then Desda is for the other team. And then
Gotcha.
one of these players is also a sub, which is fine.
Let's see. Jason's team. I'm trying to remember what team they were on before.
Oh, you recognize these names?
Yeah. Well, just Jason. I think maybe they were in like a division with my team, Artemis, a while back.
When you were in like Div D and stuff. Div
Maybe
C?
Div C or
Div
Div
C.
B.
Okay, B. I like that NGS is pretty free. Free range, so to speak, for players, like,
Yeah.
committed to the whole season. On one team, if something's not working out, it's community based, so
Yeah.
oh yeah, of course. But I'm sure we'll be seeing each other's casts during the NGS season. That'll be a lot of fun. I started casting a lot more season 14. Um, and you get the hang of it. I'm trying to figure out how Soothsayer works, to be quite honest, because I think it looks really cool. Um, like you get player stats. I would have loved to use it here because you can show like player stats and stuff like that, for free agent company, but in due time. We are just looking for 3 more people in the lobby. I don't know if any of these players are using like a different account or there's like people subbing in. We'll see. Do you think we'll see like relatively meta picks here? Um, like Greymane, Bala, stuff like
I
that.
hope not. But yeah. Yeah, probably. Especially BOE. Like, you want to be picking people, especially meshing with some people you don't know that can play for a race. But
All
we'll
right,
see.
we've got a full lobby, so hopefully we'll just find out.
I hope we see Zul'jin.
You hope to see Zul'jin? Ah, yes. An underrated racer, but you do need to stack a Zul'jin for him to be more effective. So, whereas like
Mm-hmm.
Vala, you're just waiting for talents and stuff like that. Same with Hanzo. It's always
Yeah.
interesting when people draft a team comp that's more focused on fighting, because you can win a team fight on Battlefield of Eternity, but the death timers and like the mana and the health pools may make it that you still lose the race. So
Yep.
it's always interesting to see how all
It's
of
a
that
delicate
goes. Yeah, it
balance.
really is.
The amount of games that I'm sure both of us have played where you've won the fight and then lost the race is like it's basically like
Yeah,
half the fights. It feels like.
yeah. Because like one person could like clinch the last like 10% of an immortal,
Yeah.
and it's like you need people to race real fast while everybody's dead. So
Yeah. And I think this is one of those objectives because it's so long and you've got like the halftime show. This is one of those objectives where some of the team fights isn't like a 5v5, it's like a 10v10. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like everybody's
exactly.
spawning
You
and
have
then
a
rejoining the
Brightwing, and
fights.
then like Brightwing doesn't have to walk; they global in.
Yeah,
It's like-
it can get real bloody. You can get a lot of
Mm.
corpses around an objective. And in the end, I think BOE, the objective itself is not is like it's pretty strong, especially if you like get all of it. But it's if you have good race already, you can kind of give and then just like race, like use your race to clear the one that they've capped if you can get some side pressure or value on the map that's somewhere else. Looks like we're almost ready to get into this game.
Mm-hmm.
One team's finalizing their prep, likely.
I think this is one of the maps that like team draft or team composition is super super important, more so than some of the others.
Okay, you want to come up with names for the teams?
I kind of already did.
Oh, okay.
I honestly don't know if they're acceptable, but
Oh, that makes it
wait,
better.
wait. One person is not here, and I base their name off of the. You know
Oh,
what? You know what? They're ready. I'm just gonna have to show these games. It's fine. Whee.
the windup.
Count. Okay, so one person's name was Shroomy, but they're not here, or they're using a different battle tag. But I think their names is Freckles and Shroomers.
Wait, you said the name was what?
Well, one team has a person named Freckles.
Right.
Or Freckle Bob,
Bob.
excuse me.
Yeah.
And one had Shroomy.
Uh-huh. So you said Freckles and Shroomers?
Yes.
That's a good team name. I like that. Oh man, no Shroomy though.
Yeah, that's okay.
And the other name?
What do you mean?
What's the other team's name?
Oh, that was both of
the
their
other
names.
team. Okay, I see.
It was Freckles versus Shroomers.
Shroomers.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so what I've done here is I've hatted both of the recruiters. So they're doing the bans right now.
Gotcha.
So Desda, Team Freckles, has banned Anduin, and Jason has banned Johanna.
For Team Shroomers.
Yes. And Freckles has banned Greymane, which is always a smart choice on Battlefield of Eternity, I think. I don't think you can go wrong with banning that. Unless you're drafting blinds. Heavy blinds.
Yeah.
But even still, a great racer.
Yeah, and Vala, like you said, Greymane and Vala. The
Two of the best racers.
mainstays
right?
of Battlefield. I feel like every DBS player has to have one of them.
At least auto attack based.
Yeah. I mean, you know, people play Raynor as well.
Yeah, and Sylph. Hanzo is more of a mage than anything, I think, but
Yeah.
still a great racer. Yeah. Oh wow, the first pick Stugov by Freckle Bob. I don't know if they'll switch, but
Stugov can be obnoxious on Battlefield. With all the corridors and lack of vision,
yeah,
it's hard
that's
to
true.
find where he is, where he's casting his little pool from. You just have to like give it the respect. It's harder to dive him.
Yeah, but picking him this early means that you can still draft dive, and also there's not a lot of cleanses at this moment for Freckles.
Yeah.
And we see that Tassadar and Lucio get picked up for Shroomers. I don't see Tassadar often on this map. I don't consider him to be a great racer.
A great destiny.
Yeah, I don't know much about Tassadar in terms of race, and then we
got the
Zul'jin. Let's go. Varian Stukov is a pretty tried and tested synergy.
Right, yeah.
Pretty straightforward, really abusive. It forces the other team to both draft around it and know how to play against it, because it does have its weaknesses. But when you see Varian Stukov, what comes to mind for you for countering it?
For countering it? Well, they've already picked Lucio for
True.
a high five. Yep. But one thing about Lucio is that if you try to high five and you enter the lurking arm,
silence.
yeah, before the high five connects, it does not work. I don't think.
Yeah.
And also,
Sweet.
you can cleanse them, but the cleanse only lasts so long, and the pool can
Right.
become very big, and you
Right.
can be slowed.
And Varian has been also used as a counter to Lucio in terms of point and click CC.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's also true. If Lucio
Um,
is not within range of somebody or doesn't land a boob,
Yeah.
etc.
Also, I apologize if I sound a little sick. It's because I am.
That's okay.
Stitches Lunara is interesting.
And we did get the Garrosh and KT ban. Kalthos.
Lunara, I know that Lunara has a certain talent that lets her race okay, but it's still a little slow. My understanding is it's still like not as good as the other auto attackers, but it's not bad. But the one thing that I really like about Lunara on this map is vision.
Yeah.
Any kind of vision talents are so nice.
Yes, they are.
for
Like
moving
Taranga's
around
Owl. Because you know
Yeah.
exactly where they are at all times. Because the map is so small. You
Yeah.
only have to place a vision in like one spot and you know. So, some interesting last picks. Li Ming, assuming for race and blow up on Taunt.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is Taunt Varian. If not, it'll be spicy. And then Thrall versus Artanis in the off lane, seemingly.
Yep.
Neither have great wave clear, but Artanis good for the race. Thrall not
Yeah,
so
Artanis
much.
better than Thrall for race at least. But I like Thrall, especially if you can use your ults really well. It's a lot of opportunities to split the team in half, or even I know that people don't really pick Earthquake at higher levels, but I think it's still strong, and it's really strong if you're playing in these kinds of tight spaces. So I like. I mean, you can tell me what you think. I really like Freckles' draft.
I think that Freckles draft requires a certain amount of execution. And what I mean by that is Varian taunt. So Stukov has to have lurking arm up and ready and watching Varian. And Li Ming has to have cooldowns. And that's not always as easy as it sounds.
Yeah. Yep. Well, they do have some nice follow-up CC with Thrall Roots. Potentially Zul'jin Root.
Alright, so I will go ahead and introduce Team Freckles. The recruiter, we have Deza on that Li Ming. Death Unbound, playing tank. Varian. Freckle Bob on Stukov, Sparklark on Zul'jin, and Rift on Thrall.
And on Team Shroomers, the recruiter is Jason on Lunara. And we have T-Core on Stitches, Figged B, I guess, on Tassadar, Rewind on Lucio, and Yun on Artanis.
Both offlaners being very patient. Knowing that pushing out the lane isn't the most ideal thing to do unless you're looking for prio to rotate, and there's no reason to rotate right now. Very entry level 4. It's not very tanky, and oh, but Zul'jin getting a counter kill.
But they might get the Stukov as well.
Yeah.
2 for 1 for Shroomers.
Death timer is not extremely consequential this early, but I definitely think it hurts morale to die this early.
Yeah, but it's not that important, especially this early.
Yeah.
And they do want to be brawling with the Zul'jin. They get a lot more value from these kinds of brawls
That's true.
Than Shroomers do, than Red Team. So, but they will actually lose a camp potentially for it, although they're going to contest. So we'll see. It's still a weak Varian, though. They have to be aware that both Varian and Zul'jin are really, really... They don't offer lava, though they're getting... The Lucio is really low, so is Lunara, but they get away with the hand. Okay.
I like this reactive Ballista Spores pick. That's super interesting. And I saw Sparklark use Grievous Throw to check the bush, knowing that his team wasn't there yet. And I like the use of abilities to gain vision.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to turn this.
Is taking top camp right now, which Thrall should definitely not let him do that for free.
I'm going to turn the sound down just
ambition.
a bit in the game. I think that it's a bit loud. Okay. Maybe it's too quiet now. That's okay.
Right. Things are going back to normal. That is auto attack Tassadar, correct?
No, that is
No,
Q
this
build.
is
It looks
Q build.
very similar. Okay, and we've got a pause.
DC. Oh, and it looks like Thrall is actually getting killed top because of the DC.
Oh no!
Feels bad.
That's so sad.
Dang.
I'll just have it on this screen.
Any interesting talents? Strike interest?
Let's see. I've got Accelerondo and Lucio, which is like the #1 pick talent. I did see Reactive Ballista Spores, which I thought was interesting. And then that looks like I forget what that level 1 is for Thrall. What is that called? That is called Echo of the Elements, which is an extra charge of Chain Lightning and mana cost.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know enough about Thrall to say what kinds of builds make sense or don't make sense. But that's cool. We see Recklessness and Zul'jin. He also already has 30 stacks, which isn't bad for 2 minutes into the game. It's okay. I like the hungry for more stitches.
Yeah. I always think that's fun. I mean, Zul'jin can go percent damage. I forget which talent tree that would be for Zul'jin, but I like to pick Hungry for More also, or see it get picked when you're not really worried about getting chunked by percent damage, and you can really stay in the fight.
Yeah.
At first, I thought Shrimmers weren't drafting for race. When I saw the Tassadar and Lunara, I think that Zul'jin and Li Ming are much stronger racers. But then they picked the Artanis. And so I'm thinking it's actually somewhat well-rounded for team fights and racing. So I'm kind of like warming up to Shrimmer's draft here.
Yeah, I think it's close. I also kind of side with you that sort of intuitively, I would imagine blue teams race, like if they just 5 people on race both and then just see who's faster. I think blue might be slightly faster, especially later on, but I could be wrong. We'll see. Looks like we've got the DC back connected, so game's going to start up, and there's some action bot lane. Zul'jin did get pulled, I think, so.
And then the wall
plus
off.
The wall.
Yeah.
Will they get a kill off of it? Oh,
yes,
the shock. Yeah, shock ray finishes him off. And top lane, unfortunately, Thrall died to the DC. So
he does say unfortunate.
Yeah, not a happy feeling,
no.
But it happens.
So both teams started their bruiser camp at a very, very good time. Just under 2:30, and they're about to finish.
I imagine that they probably want to hold it a little bit.
I don't know if they will.
They started it. Looks like red team.
Both teams are just capping it
right
instantly.
Away. It's okay. Top lane's got a sizable Merc push as well, with the both Merc camps gonna be knocking on top lane's door.
I think.
But
it might be worth sending someone up here to help clear, because
they might just decide to go for a race, which, you know, the first objective on most maps is pretty weak, and that also is true for this map. Okay, they get a taunt onto the Artanis, rotating into the enemy team.
Yeah, that is a really nice pick.
Spooky darkness, yeah.
Artanis rotating straight through here, not knowing that these 4 players are here.
And the race is pretty close, so they might actually choose to go for it. They'd want to bring Thrall here to make sure they get as much damage as possible. No Artanis, so it's 5v4 on the race, so the red is slightly ahead. Stukov and Varian going to make space while the damage dealers start the burn. They decide to actually go back to the race. Yeah, so they will finish first.
Wow, that is well played by them.
Yeah, good call.
Even with those camps pushing top, it did get the wall, and they had a DC, and they lost someone bot, but they still won the race.
Really well salvaged.
Yeah.
Although they're engaging.
One thing I like about Reactive Ballista Spores is the reset on your biokill switch just allows you to have more potential for burst healing. You just get like free trait.
First Immortal pushes top, gets some wall damage. Looks like it won't get too much more than a single wall.
And experience is very, very even right now.
Yeah.
The hook into the wall combo is extremely deadly. Yeah.
As you say that.
I mean, they've been landing it like every single time.
Cheeky spray. Swap build Artanis. Spicy.
I think Artanis' builds are very flexible. Because swap, for instance, will give you attack speed and armor. So it's not just about the swap itself, right?
Yeah, it lets you become a lot more unkillable and just be more annoying.
And the longer you live, the more value you get just in general with Artanis. Like if you're racing, you're proccing shield during a team fight.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and Artanis has been doing a really good job of just trying to sneak these camps, and I think Thrall had to let him, but he will die for this one.
He's making
full
space.
Team rotation. But
Space
yeah,
is being made.
Making space for the push
they
lane.
trade the fort for that, basically,
Yeah.
which I don't think Artanis is going to be too upset about that.
Blue team deciding that they want to also try to get some structure damage during this, which I don't think is really unreasonable. Although they're on the back foot here, and they're going to need to clear the camp top at some point. Will they go for forts? I think they're trying to talk about it.
I think they decided it would take them too much time to protect that top fort and try to take value bot, but Shrimmers did not let up on that push for a while.
Yeah. And it looks like Shrimmer's going to get a head start on the race.
They see most of the members of Freckles clearing that camp. So yes, a huge head start. It's all Q talents for Li Ming.
Nice route from the Thrall flank. Not able to capitalize on it. Potentially a taunt, no taunt.
No level 10s yet for either team, but Shrimmers is about to get theirs.
Yep. And it's really smart just wanting to respect that they will get 10 soon, and then they can start a fight that's going to be really easy for them to win for the next 40 seconds or so.
And they're running at them. And Thrall is in lane currently, trying to get their team level 10s.
Yeah, they want to get half
a huge
time,
swap onto the Li Ming,
hook.
into the hook!
Wow.
That's so much ground to cover for Li Ming. And then Lunara leaping strikes
and
in.
And Stukov is gorged as well, and he's probably not long for this world. Tries his best to get some damage on pass, but that is a 2 for 0, and Thrall might not get out as well. Okay, the wall just a little too short.
That was really great coordination to focus the target that, first of all, was a squishy, got hooked, then there was a wall.
Yeah.
Well, the hook was after the swap, and then Lunara leaping strike. Like, everybody was involved in that.
Yeah.
Both camps getting tagged before the Immortal begins to spawn, which is, you love to see it.
Yep.
It's going bot lane.
You see Tazdingo, Shield Wall, Shove, Wave of Force, and Thrall still trying to figure out what he wants for 10. It's a hard choice.
Hook onto Varian. Wall, gorge.
And it's going to be hard to get out.
Stukov.
I think Varian might just be...
Massive shove?
Shove
Pushes his stitches away? Wow,
Wow.
Okay, Stukov.
Alright.
He was really looking out for him.
Yeah, that was a nice play. And they might even defend the forts.
Yeah,
So, and
taunt
Taunton
Lunara. Cleanse.
High five.
That was a really good high five.
It's a good high five. Thrall and Artanis really fighting top lane. Their Earthquake's going to make it hard for Artanis to leave, although Thrall is fighting in the minions. Looks like it doesn't matter. One more shield proc. Is it enough? Thrall's not autoing. Trying to wait the shield proc, but he waits too long, gets another shield proc, and just dies.
No, if he had done the
close.
chain lightning right as that last shield, or the one before the last shield went, I think he would have won, which is why he started walking away.
I think he was trying to not let him get enough autos, but he was slowed by the swap build, so he couldn't really run out. He still kept giving him resets on his shield.
I see.
I think if he just stood and fight, he would have won that. But that's a
Well,
hard.
the Thrall was taking a lot of damage from. It's not insignificant damage in my opinion when you're that low from minions, and I believe there might have been like a camp minion there, but
yeah, that was very, very close.
You don't generally want to fight in the wave, but yeah, that was super close. Oh wow!
Black able to peel. Unfortunately, he does miss the Varian. Will he be able to get out? He's getting slowed by all manner of things. Wave of Force to buy a little time. They are allowing Zul'jin to get some stacks here. Pop's unkillable. The blind is going to keep him from getting anything else. That's 2 down. Thrall's going to take time to push top lane a little bit since Artanis rotated bot.
As the Gorge came out, I saw Lucio be very aggressive and boot the healer away. And that's one of my favorite things to do with CC is once you have CC on somebody that you want, push the healer away. Like Anduin, for example. Make him go out of pull range. And that was really cool to see by the Lucio.
Yep. And now Team Freckles going to have to try to make a fight happen in their favor again since they're down on the race. They could choose to give up another Immortal. I think that wouldn't be unreasonable, but they're equal on talents here, so I would like the aggressive play more than the passive one. And they're going to try. Taunt to the Tassadar into the boss stun.
Ooh.
That's a lot of damage.
Yes,
Another
is.
boss stun might catch the stitches, doesn't quite.
Black Hole did a good job peeling, but this is Earthquake slow, and they're all looking for 2 kills here.
Very nice. And that's what you're saying. They lost the race, lost the Immortal, but they won the team fight. And I would be happy if that was blue team, because they needed something to close the XP gap a little bit, let them clear this objective uncontested, which I'm sure they will be able to do.
Yeah, if they get the objective and you guys are still alive and the enemy team isn't, it's not the worst thing in the world. You can clear it.
Yep. Stukov is working towards finishing his quest, but still, I think, maybe a little over halfway done. So they still need to brawl a little more, help them get. It's hard with the blinds.
All the waves are pushed really far out for Shroomers, so while bot is marching down that lane, they're trying to get some value top.
Yeah, I really like this. I like split pushing when you're behind, because the Immortal's just going to do whatever the Immortal does, and if you draw them away from it, at the very least, you're probably going to be fighting in equal numbers. If they send everyone, Immortal just gets value, so...
So Stitches walked up and gorged that Thrall, and Thrall is in the black hole with the Leaping Strike, and that's a ton of damage going out.
That black hole was huge.
Level
Nice.
16s.
Tatsudar's been doing a great job of following up on these Stitches gorges.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, Swap just barely misses the Zul'jin.
Will they be able to finish this for it? It doesn't look like they're just going to walk away, which is good.
Stitch is walking up for a slam. This is just...
it's keeping the lane pressure up, but he's not, like, engaging very hard. Like, they just use Gorge and a lot of their tools, like Leaping Strike. Keeping vision on them.
It's about being a presence, and he is certainly a presence. And looking to invade in this camp makes sense. They have a talent tier advantage. Engaging onto the Variant doesn't get a lot of damage. Wave of Force interrupts the hook, which is kind of huge, actually. But they're chasing the Variant, and nobody's really there to help damage them while they're doing this. So this is all free damage.
Ooh, this is a great Earthquake! Oh,
yeah,
but
nice
Artanis uses the Unstop.
Could be a counter kill on the
Oh, but the blind on the Zul'jin!
Even if they get the counter kill.
Oh!
That's unfortunate. And the camp top is just splitting on keep for free. This is rough.
Yeah.
Up on the fort for extra damage. Yeah, I think that the objective is going to go top, and they'll have half of a keep. So they probably won't lose if they decide to give, but they don't really want to give. They're going to have to wait to halftime because they don't want to fight without Thrall. But I think that your only chance really is to get a nice fight and then
Yeah,
reset
I
these
agree.
waves.
Because if Shermers gets the Immortal, I don't think Freckles can just sit idly
They could fight here.
by.
They don't know, but Tassadar is not here with them. Tassadar is clearing camp, which means this is kind of what they want. Push them back a little bit. Yeah, and
So
now
they've
camp is
capped.
pushing, puts
Yeah.
them on a timer to really find some kind of engagement. They're going to give it to them. They actually start a fight themselves with the Gorge. Zul'jin getting walked on the back line. Big black hole. Does a decent amount of damage. Looks like Varian's going to go down. Taunt onto the Stitches. But everybody's still pretty healthy. Another hook! And that's Thrall, and that might be Zul'jin. Pops unkillable, maybe to get some counter kill. He could still...
Ooh, that final slam.
And that is probably going to be game
Mm.
for the red team.
Well, these death timers aren't extremely long. Li Ming doesn't have the best wave clear either, but we shall see.
What's that percent damage or the percent chance? Can you crunch the numbers that they
Crunching them
get the
right
defense?
now. They're a little soggy. I think the percent chance that Freckles holds is like 20%.
20%.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, and actually they could totally hold. So the
Yeah.
timers are pretty low.
Yeah. So they're all gonna be up in time. The question is how durable is this Immortal? And there is the taunt, which really gets mitigated by those high fives.
Black hole misses, so they won't have good follow up for this Gorge, and Stitches
Yeah.
is low. Zul'jin
Tappadar
doing a
is getting
decent amount
chased
of
down,
damage.
and
Big
Artanis with
blind.
the global blinds to make Zul'jin not clinch that kill is really, really good peel.
Ooh, they decided they want to go for the objective because the objective is hitting their core.
Yeah,
which is
shields
pretty
are
reasonable.
gone.
Yeah, they really needed to get a kill there to give them more space to clear this
Yeah.
objective, but they didn't quite. It was very close. But that Immortal is still healthy, doing a lot of damage. Zul'jin is shredding it. Pops unkillable because he had to use all of his health to kill the Immortal. Gonna get some decent damage, but will fall in the end. It's Thrall left though, but Lunar is gonna finish the job. On the south side, Jason and Team Shroomers taking game number 1.
Well then, those were some really clutch saves that I feel helped win that game. Especially that last suppression pulse by Artanis, who just spawned, and Tassadar was slowed by Weighted Pustule, and Zul'jin was just hacking away, and they were totally gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Because his whole team was like way far. But the blinds made it so that they didn't deal any damage to him and let him walk away.
I mean, this is like the perfect map for offlane Artanis.
I think so. I love Artanis.
It's like you're on a map where everyone wants to play really strong auto attack racers, and it's you don't need good wave clear, and you have really good single target race. Like you have everything that you want as an offlaner on this map.
Yeah.
Only this map is Artanis good.
And you can camp with Artanis too. So hey, got an Artanis
I
hater
play
here.
Artanis. I can say that.
Oh. Okay. Well, these stats, nothing extremely out of the ordinary. I think Sugov provided a lot of utility that game. But the Gorge black hole wall, it's just so hard to save someone from that. And they weren't able to get a ton of value from Taunt. Silence, because high five. So those were some really good draft decisions on the side of the Shroomers. I'm going to pick the next map. Any guesses as to what it might be? I actually don't know myself.
Sorry, stepped away for a little bit. What was that?
That's okay. I'm picking the next map.
Oh,
There's so many good maps.
you're picking Volskaya Industries.
No.
Actually, I think that's an ARA map.
Oh. It's Volskaya Foundry, I think.
Well,
No. That's not the map I'm choosing. I'm sorry. I'm thinking.
Infernal Shrines is a classic.
It is, it is. And so is Towers of Doom.
Yeah. And Dragonshire.
Yeah. Hmm. You know what?
Blackheart's Bay. Let's
No!
go. Oh.
It's not allowed.
Figures.
We're going to Dragonshire.
I like Dragonshire. It's a
Me
good
too.
map.
Me too. Alright. Let's get everybody back in here. Hmm. I think that team composition on Dragonshire not quite as important um, as BOE.
Yeah.
I think you can run some interesting things here and make it work. Oh, whoopsies.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you think of Dragonshire drafts, what comes to mind?
Um, I see a lot of Rexar on this map for holding the point and being able to so clear the lane. Because if you're not doing one, you're giving up, you know, you're giving up that value.
Yeah.
I think offlaners tend to be pretty important on this map. Let's see. Let me put these teams in order.
Yeah, when I feel like Dragonshire, when I see higher level teams play Dragonshire in coordinated, people tend to underemphasize capping the DK, and really, especially like disincentivizing DK caps by like picking really strong characters that can stack off of the DK, because it can be really easy to stack and get a lot of value if the other team picks DK. And especially early on, like if you have good race, it just dies to stuff with percent. So
That's true.
things like Tychus and Zul'jin and stuff like that. But
Well,
people also like to draft uh, gankers or pushers that can rotate top alongside a nice bruiser push
yeah.
and just like play the map. But yeah, obviously the two siege camps and bot bruiser camp are the main objectives.
Yeah, camps are extremely important on this map. Maybe not as much as Garden of Terror, but um, if you're spending too much time worrying about Dragon being capped or shrines being contested, uh, and don't spend those energy spend that energy into getting camps, you might find that you just lose your structure. Like, oh,
Yeah,
bot's gone.
yeah, yeah. Yep, and that's one of the things that I feel like you see the lower you go is people trying to like fight over shrines that are not going to get you anything. Like let's say you have top shrine and they're all mid and you're getting a camp and like you have bot shrine and you're like really trying to fight for top shrine, like ignoring a wave that's pushing into your wall when that shrine is meaningless. Um, Most of the time I would say shrines not that important.
We've got full lobby. Everybody's ready. No countdown this time.
I've seen before too. Some teams decide to run a double soaker who can soak top mid,
Yeah.
and then like a really strong CG 4-man.
Yeah,
Just like
and
your spot.
that's an extremely solid strategy on this map. Like, if you can
It's okay.
4-man a lane, and win it, then you get that early lead. And if you get 10s first, the chances of you winning the whole game are significantly higher.
Hmm.
I do see, like, yeah, a lot of Leo, Malthael here.
Mm-hmm.
Great double soakers.
I see Dahaka too. People like
Oh, yeah,
Dahaka
that's
because he
right.
can just sort of anchor and then be bots for those important invades.
Yeah.
That are really, really key to be able to steal a siege camp is huge.
Might see a Brightwing or a Falstad as well. I forget how important globals are here.
Yeah,
The map
globals are
is
nice.
quite tall.
This is the Lost Vikings. I would say single best map.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think this is the best map for Vikings.
Oh, wow.
It's up there with Towers and Warhead.
Warhead, oh, wow. It is
Yeah.
a very big map, yeah. I think they do see a lot of value in Towers of Doom. You think we'll see a Vikings here?
Oh, hopefully. I called Zul'jin last game, so
Oh,
now I'm
that's
calling
true.
Vikings.
You're manifesting the loss of Vikings.
Yes. Who do you want to see?
I like seeing Malthael, honestly. I think that he can really pop off in team fights. And a great double soaker, can do camps. We might see a Hogger.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who I want to see, honestly. They've banned Diablo, and I'm not sure if that's like a target ban. Oh, I forgot to change the hats. It's okay. They didn't say anything. The
Instant
insta-lock.
pick.
Brightwing. Yeah.
Right wing is on the board.
Using the Deathwing skin, Brightwing is a true dragon. Will we see more dragons?
Hopefully.
Chromie.
Chromie, Alex Straza,
Deathwing.
false.
Falstad. Is Dahaka a dragon without wings?
Sure.
It's about damn time.
I like these choices. Deckard and Tychus. Tychus for the Dragon Knight percent damage, and just overall a great hero. Has so much in his kit. Deckard, same. Like, so much utility, especially with all the different gems.
Yeah. I love Deckard.
Yeah.
And I think that Tychus is something you can just pick on Dragonshire and it's good. So
honestly, Tychus is something you can pick most of the time and he's good, I think.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Unless you don't
Especially
have
if you're
Johanna
a good
bans.
Tychus. Tychus is not the easiest character to play.
He's
even
not.
Though
he has very short range.
Yeah, it's like you have to have good positioning, like very smart positioning.
And then we do see that Dahaka get picked up. And Anubarak. I feel like Anubarak is actually pretty well-rounded. But whenever I see it in a draft, it kind of makes me think that you have to draft around the Cocoon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you have an engage that's definitely going to be centered around Cocoon. There's nothing really you can...
Or just like the chain stuns.
That's why you pick a noob.
Yeah.
And you pick a noob if you know they have a lot of spell damage. That's their only damage.
We see Cassia and Murden get picked up.
Interesting. I feel like I don't see Cassia very much. Leaning Vala. Okay. Okay. How do you round out this team?
I'm not sure.
Vikings.
It's hard to.
This would be such
compete with the
a
Dahaka because it's global. So something that's really strong pushing, honestly, if Dahaka leaves, you get a ton of value. Like a Zool, but people don't play Zool, so...
Zagara? Oh, yeah.
Wow, you called it like as soon as they picked it. Amazing. But yeah,
Well, you can
Zagara...
see it.
Yeah, Zagara is great at pushing, so... The thing is,
I-
you hear Dahaka Burrow, you just leave.
Yeah, I've seen Zagara as a counter to Dahaka before because it's like
Really?
you can use your global now. Yeah, it's not bad. You can use your global, walk away, and I'm just gonna take your wall and your fort.
Huh. Wavelength.
Wavelength. I like these drafts. I think they're very smart drafts. I mean, they're pretty straightforward, but
Yeah. I wonder what talents we'll see this Cassia pick. Auto attack tends to be pretty good into a Nubrak because he's got spell armor and stuff like that. I would not be upset if Cassia went auto attack, even though they have Tychus.
mhm. The backline for Shrimmers is very mobile and hard to pin down.
Yeah.
And the one downside that I'm seeing for Blues draft is the Tychus Cassia are both very stubby and very easily poked. Um, and the only real way they have to gap close and have any kind of CC chain is the Muradin.
Yeah.
So, and Muradin is, I would say, not consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my bias. But,
I agree. I don't think he's that consistent, but I don't think his Q is his entire kit either. I think having, let's say you go heavy impact or haymaker or even reverb is really good into, for example, like an auto attack vola reverberation.
Commencing in 10 seconds.
I am still concerned about the choice of damage for blue team given the drafts that I'm seeing in this game.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuns coming out from. Oops, I had the wrong color. A lot of stuns coming out from a new rack, and if Cassie gets hit by those, there's no more armor for a few seconds, and Sherman's is very explosive.
Yeah, I would have loved to see a mage pick, I think, instead of one of these characters, just to round out their comp a little more.
We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
We've got race car, Dahaka.
Yes,
Pink race car.
Might be attempting to double soak, get that essence a little faster.
Zagara setting up the creep very nicely, has vision, able to just walk away.
Zagara probably gonna just be anchoring top most of the game. I mean, she might decide to also do some double soaking of her own, but help out the team a little.
Providing vision for these rotations, it's great.
Yeah. One of very few characters with actual wards.
So we see hungering or puncturing arrow vola,
Interesting.
which I'm genuinely curious to see how well or how easy it is to stack on this team. Are they just gonna sit back? Because they don't really have characters that stack. They don't need to be fighting all the time. They can kind of just sit back and do camps.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and both camps are being taken by blue team. This is, if red team knew what was going on, the prime moment for an invade.
Yeah, exactly.
They are super split.
They're so split.
But
oh,
they're just going to opt to get their own camp.
there is Brightwing going top. So Zagara cannot cap.
I mean, Li Ming could cap, potentially. Okay, now Hermerdin's gonna cover it. So... yeah, pretty reasonable. I think that this is nice that they got away with getting both camps at the same time. Zagara getting tongue top, but the team is there. Wow, they got a cap on the DK.
I think Meriden was concerned about the Zagara. Started walking up towards her, realized she was fine, then started walking back towards the dragon. And by that time, the dragon had been capped. So that was just unfortunate. But an early Dragon Knight is pretty easy to kill. So, but they are getting some wall damage.
And it's in the rhythm Tychus. You love to see it.
I love to see it.
I mean, why not? It's just free dings. Dragon Knight's free dings. Oh, okay, but he is by himself. Gets kicked away to safety. Zagara's getting run down by Dahaka
That
more.
creep movement speed!
Yeah. Oh, you love to see the creep spawn before the back. This person plays Zagara.
How much you want to bet the good Nidus?
all of my money,
All of your lines.
all of my livelihood, all of my actual currency.
Rip.
Rip.
Oh, Anubrak getting
That's a
body
nice pick.
blocked by this.
Yeah, nice pick, and then
Murden.
Murden making space.
And so they
That was
go
a
for
nice
this
2
bot
kills.
camp.
They lost the entire mid fort to first TK, which is unusual.
Yeah, that is
but
unusual.
they're getting a lot of value elsewhere. These 2 picks, as well as top wall and bot camp. So they might be able to make something happen with what they have going for them right now. Zagara might get rotated on. Looks like Haka's the only one.
She sniffed it out. She knows. They were just mid. Started walking away.
Probably gonna try to get some creep down in the middle again. And I like that Zagara took the Baneling range level 1. She really wants to just siege
Yeah.
for free.
They say.
It's a good talent.
Yeah.
Murden taking a good amount of damage.
That's the thing about Murden. You burn the other team's cooldown, and you just get your health back.
Yeah.
Another chance to prove
But
yourself.
Vala was able to get a couple stacks there. Marcus is chasing this card. But she does a ton of damage.
Baneling Massacre has been chosen. There are a lot of Banelings. Unfortunately, Baneling Massacre actually gives you less Banelings, which is why I think it's a bait talent. But
You did the math. You crunched the numbers.
yeah.
So the cooldown.
The cooldown is worse for you in terms of like Banelings per second,
Yeah.
but you do get more burst from it, you know.
I
so
see. Yeah, that's what I was.
It's
yeah.
it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Prefer
Okay,
the
so
slow
Zagara
burst.
is attempting to cap top, or get it back at least, but ooh, tongue just barely misses.
That was close.
Anubrak was trying to cap mid there.
At Murden, going to cover mid for a bit, and this is the power of having both shrines capped. Is now the other team is forced to just sit mid lane for a while, keep you from getting it, and lets you maybe potentially find a fight forced mid. Murden getting low. Both camps are taken by their respective damage dealers, but blue capped bot shrine, so
And they're capping top right now.
yeah. Zagara is actually a little overextended here with 2 top, but it looks like they're just gonna let her have it. Taka doesn't go for a tongue, just gets the shrine back. And the shrine's gonna turn red while they're clearing, but both teams will get 10. So
Cassie is going to have to clear this bot camp while Murden anchors mid. So I don't... This does not look advantageous for Team Freckles. I think Shroomers is well equipped to take this Dragon Knight or get kills while trying.
yeah.
Ooh, great blink to dodge that Stormbolt.
You see Rain of Vengeance, Wave of Force, ISO.
Cocoon
Blink.
onto the Tychus. Murden jumps in to...
Ooh, Wave of
Oh,
Force
ISO onto the
silence.
Murden. Stay a while and listen. Buying time
Sweet.
for Murden to pop Avatar, but Tychus does not
Tychus
make
was
it out.
fucked.
Oh, the rubies.
Not sure how they woke up,
And Cassie also died bot lane to that Vala.
and that whole time, Vala. Dang. So that was a 1v1.
Yeah, that was a 1v1.
Okay.
I don't think Cassia could leave. Not necessarily that they had to fight, but there was a siege camp there that they had to clear. Li Ming does not get to cap thanks to Murden. But, I mean, Shroomers is taking that map advantage, that experience lead.
And Zagara finally picking the talent. Does choose Nidus, so I get to keep my money.
Wow, all your livelihood.
All my money.
Oh, we see Ball Lightning.
Yes.
I tried to save this realm.
Li Ming goes ahead and takes
Oh,
that
they
dragon.
might catch this Tychus here.
Oh,
Another
great
stayed well
Dorito.
on the board. 4v3 though.
Oh, and the dragon's here too.
The
Are you
dragon
looking
is
for the
here to
back kick?
brawl.
The back kick.
Ooh, onto the Murden.
There's
Huge
rubies
sleep.
though.
Oh no, the rubies are way out there. Murden didn't want him.
He had to go help
comes
his
through.
team. Okay, Odin's here.
Going to provide some safe wave clear to defend against this DK.
Murden gets kicked away, the main kick target. Lots of rubies.
That beast is not my beloved.
Lots of rubies, but those are bait rubies. Murden goes in for him.
Destroyed a foe.
If he grabbed all of them, he'd be more healthy. Oh, they just expired.
It's okay, he has passive.
Exactly.
Health is a resource.
A renewable resource for Murden.
Exactly.
Oh, and this is, I don't know why I didn't check this earlier, but it's auto attack Cassia. Oops.
Auto Atastia?
Auto Atassia, yes. Quite the stalemate between Zakara and Dahaka.
Dahaka doesn't want Zagara to step anywhere close to the structures, and Zagara just makes stuff.
So Bruiser Camp being picked up for Shroomers and Freckles
Tongue?
starting there now.
Tongue on Zag. Decides to auto through the tongue. Big brain.
Murden steps
Ooh.
into behind that bright
Right
wing.
wing
5
gets
health,
caught.
dies to the
Cocoon comes out on the
Murden.
Cassia, but that's
Dahaka's
okay. 'cause
very,
Cassia's
very
been
low.
around. That's 2 kills. Do we see
Ball
3?
Lightning's still on that Anubarak, chunking him, but he's able to make it out. We see
Nice
another
couple
Odin.
of kills.
Yeah.
Beloved is gone, but his power remains. Control the shrines and make use of it.
Freckles not going to go out with Fight a Fight. Also find the Li Ming.
Ooh.
Almost gets caught by the root. Decide to rotate down, looking for the Anub.
Ball is stepping up for these stacks, like, and I respect it.
Jason looking to kill the Nidus Worm.
Knight's power is yours.
And this
It's
is what you
okay,
mentioned
there's
earlier
more
about
where that
sending
came from.
someone to help with this camp push top lane.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Tychus looking to flank on the Li Ming, but will he get her?
Oh, but he just turns around and goes for the Dahaka, and now there's 3 people top lane. So
Yep. Forces a Brightwing Z, makes bot lane a little bit easier for blue team, and they've got a nice push on top too. So I like blue's map. I don't like their level. Unfortunately, they're down a talent, so this will probably equalize. But it's something. Dahaka rotating bot.
ooh, great stormbolt.
Not gonna find a tongue.
I wonder if this will be a perfect gems deckard. We see both the sapphire and the emerald. Dahaka looking for the cap on the shrine or the fight instead of clearing that camp. And
Yep.
Vidar is getting very, very low.
Very low. Oof.
Oh, and he does find the kill on the Zagara. Cassie getting super low. Wind Force not able to finish her off thanks to that armor. And a potion. But they do find the Murden. And that's going to be dragging it once again for Shroomers.
The fire comes for you.
And Zagara is really committing to a full split push build, but it's going to be really difficult to get any kind of map pressure going with how few structures they have and the amount of space Red has to keep Zagara from getting any Nidus Worms on the board. This DK not wanting to let minigun just chunk its health for free. Choosing intentionally to knock the Tychus back with every kick.
Beach
Now on the
Camp
keep.
is wailing as well as the catapults. He's kicking the Tychus once again.
Yeah. But the DK is pretty low now, so it'll probably
Big
put a stop to
wave.
this push shortly. Avatar is popped. One
Ooh,
last
Cassie getting
kick.
very chunked by a Li Ming combo.
Yeah, it's a 5v4 here. Zagara did rotate. Doesn't seem to phase red team very much.
We've got the Heraldric Staff, the Bonk Stick. And Ancient Blessings. That makes sense. Ooh, we're looking to maybe invade this camp getting taken, but Merlin gets cocooned! Cassie is still alive! Underbrack finishes her off. Look at all the rubies, though.
Look at all the rubies.
Rubies!
Okay. Ruby value.
I
Odin
don't...
getting a decent amount of damage,
Yeah.
but it's 3v5 for the moment. Zagara is still trying
Way
to
before it
stoke
pushes him
mid-top.
back.
Fortunately, her team is dying, and that's going to be a keep at least. Odin doesn't get out, gets another reset for Ming. And that's a bruiser push with 40 seconds on 2 of them. Cassia also still dead. Zagara's going to have to back if they don't want to lose core damage. Those start recalling.
Shields are going down.
This is a hard defense. They could
is.
try,
Not
but
completely impossible, but it's
the
going down
core
very,
is
very
just
quickly.
getting shredded.
Yeah.
GG's has been called. Nice 2-0 by the Shroomers themselves.
I think that after watching the game get played out, I think it would have been easier to play with a mage instead of one of the auto attackers, like you mentioned, because they couldn't find the counter kills in those team fights.
Yeah.
But also, I think one thing that was important was all the rotations. That map is kind of difficult to know when to cap, when to anchor, when to take your camps and push with them.
Yep. Well, it's even hard to anchor if you don't have that kind of long range clear that you would get from, say, something like a Chromie or a Tassadar.
Wave clear is so important here.
Yeah. So they're lacking the wave clear, and they had too much stebbiness that really just lets Li Ming do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Get a ton of damage in.
Yeah, I think Shrimmers had a lot more CC, a lot more in their kits that they could use to find kills.
And I liked the Zagara pick, sort of conceptually,
I think so too.
because Daka didn't really Z at all. In fact, I think maybe even Zag was rotating more than Dahaka.
Yeah.
But they were both basically top, just nonstop. I think the decision to just go for macro is pretty ambitious when you could, decide to still play for split push, but pick the roach talents and the talents that will let you bully Dahaka a little more and scale into the late game. But
I don't remember how long that game was, but it didn't feel much longer than about 15 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. Well, they didn't even get to 20. They were like 17 or 18, something like that. So
yeah, Shrimmers just got to 20, it looks like.
Okay.
Let's see. So, time is it? We've got one more series to cast with 2 matches. And it'll be a few of the same players, but a handful of recruiters, and a couple new players. So, let's go ahead.
Great.
Do that. I'm going to change the names now.
Can I be right back 5 minutes?
Only if you choose one of the team names.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just kidding.
I'll return with a team name when I.
Okay. Okay. And I'll pick the map. What should I pick?
Haunted Mines.
Oh, no. clear this. Goodbye, team names. I've chosen the map. It's Sky Temple. I love me some Sky Temple. Oopsies. So technically this match is supposed to start at 10:45 Eastern, which I believe is in about 10 minutes. Let's see. Looks like some players might be in a game. Totally cool.
I've returned.
You've returned.
Yeah.
That's great. We're going to Sky Temple, but the match doesn't start until 15 minutes before the hour. Let me change that.
Okay.
Are you going to come up with a team name?
Yeah. I wanted it to be relating to Mr. Bigglesworth.
Okay.
So their team name is
Kel'Thuzad's little
Bigglesworth.
cat.
Yeah, Kel'Thuzad's cat.
What's the lore behind that?
I don't know. He just
Okay.
has a cat,
Okay.
as do many people.
What's the team name?
Necromancer or otherwise. The team name is Bigglesworth's Buddies.
Bigglesworth's Buddies. I
Yeah.
love it. Oh, maybe I can get a Bigglesworth logo while we wait.
Yeah.
Which team should that be? Team 3 or team 4?
Team 4.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put an exclamation point point at the end of that name.
Perfect.
Yeah. And Now I have to come up with a name that's just as cute. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay, it's gonna be uh Brightwing's besties.
Yeah. Bigglesworth's buddies and Brightwing's besties. We know our alliteration.
Yeah, that's a thing. Some people, I believe, are still in a match. So this lobby won't be full
Gotcha.
for a couple minutes.
It's okay, a little brief break.
Yeah, yeah. Bigglesworth. Oh. Mr. Bigglesworth is also in the Austin Powers franchise. He's also a cat. Are they related at all?
Oh.
Like the
Okay.
first two Google results are Austin Powers and World of Warcraft.
I see. It must have been a coincidence. No way they're related.
This is such a cute picture of Mr. Bigglesworth. Oh no. Didn't work. What? Aha, I've done it. I've made them a logo. Mr. Bigglesworth.
You got Bigglesworth.
Yeah, now I gotta get one of Brightwing.
Let's go. Did you know there are 5 Avatar movies planned?
I did know that actually. I knew
I'm
that there
just
were.
learning this.
Well, they had this planned. And we're talking about James Cameron Avatar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they had been planned like shortly after the first one came out in like 2010. And they were scheduled for like 2018 and
Ah.
the following years, but clearly, it was a little longer than that.
I wonder how well the second Avatar did. It did okay.
I always find it interesting when I don't know what it means, like mathematically or financially, when the box office release does not meet how much it costs to make the movie.
Uh-huh. Well, I think that's pretty rare with big budget movies, because they have so much marketing. But it does happen. Like I think Black Adam like really bombed. Like it did not meet its budget at all.
What's Black Adam?
Exactly.
Oh no. Oh
Exactly.
no, I'm sorry.
uh,
Okay, but what is it?
some superhero film that was presumably very bad. But I didn't see it, so I cannot say.
Okay, I'm almost done making a logo. Sorry about the Windows noises. Oops, not that one. Okay, let me just mute this. Well, thank you, El Taquito, who I can only assume is Taco for rating. Yeah, we're just about to get started here, so I'll go ahead and put the lobby link in again. Hopefully everybody is prepared. Wiggles, worths, buddies. Okay. We're running on about 4 more people here. Wow, yes. This is the famous NGS Free Agent Combine.
World famous.
Completely world famous. In fact, every HOTS player knows that this is happening tonight. And all of the viewers that are watching right now, yes, the world famous. All the 15 viewers that are watching right now
No.
are all of the HOTS
Tens,
players.
tens of thousands of sweaty gamers all across the world are tuned in
I
to
owe you a
play
hero
in the free
pick.
agent.
15 continents. Oh, 15 continents.
Lobby's almost filled up.
Yep. Wait, no, one more. A belligerent monk. That's what we're waiting for. Just kidding, it's Sylvester Chung. Unless... Oh no, that's not an observer. Looks like both teams are ready. Let's get into it. I don't know who needs the hats. Let me actually... Yeah. Looks good.
Sky Temple.
Yeah. And no one knows which map we'll go to next. It's a secret. I hope you enjoyed the logos. Jotek, you have to look at my stream if you want to see them.
Oh. It's okay, I type in T in Google search and it autofills the rest.
It autofills twitch.tv
Slash
Ka1
That is
Monsi.
correct. Oh,
Wait,
those are
Bloody
nice
Drapes,
logos.
you've been on Cops? Interesting. I wonder who they'll ban. Maybe they'll ban Brightwing. I expect to see global bans here. That's like half of the maps in the game. Like Warhead, Curse, Sky Temple, Dragonshire. Okay, they banned Brightwing. How could they do this?
Wow.
How could they do this?
Wow. That's...
I'm mad.
They're not Brightwing's besties. They don't even want to see Brightwing.
They could have
How
at
can they
least
clutch?
let Bigglesworth's buddies ban Brightwing. Oh my gosh, what a tongue twister!
Save Bigglesworth's buddies ban Brightwing 5 times fast.
Okay, Bigglesworth buddies ban Brightwing. Bigglesworth, bleh, bleh.
Haka? I better not see a Kel'Thuzad ban.
No fun allowed. Okay, so for Bigglesworth buddies, we've got 2 recruiters on their team, and that's Jason and Ezo. And for Brightwing's besties, we've got some familiar players from the last match we just did. But Desda is still the recruiter, the sole recruiter on that team.
Gotcha. In all seriousness, I do think Brightwing is a perfectly good band.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just unfortunate, you know?
Yeah.
That's all.
The crusade calls.
The first lost Johanna.
Once again, I would like to apologize if I sound sick and congested. It is because I am. Oh, the line boss is on this team. Awesome.
Victory for
A person who casted like 80 games of NGS last season? That's so insane. I couldn't even do the math for that. I was like, there's no way they're casting like 15 games a week. Is there? Sylv and Rhaegar, very, very strong picks.
Yeah. Sylva's just hyper flexible as a damage dealer. Really good to pick. Of all the damage dealers, one that you can really pick early and be happy with.
Yeah. I think Rhaegar is kind of the same when you're talking about healers, just because he's mobile, big burst heal, a cleanse, shield if you want him. Just overall good hero.
And another Cassia. Interesting.
And I wonder what role this Nazebo is filling in this case.
Yeah, I would assume it's a
PPS.
mage Nazebo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
There have
T-Core's
been
suggested role is solo. So we shall see.
okay. Yeah. I think if you're playing solo lane Nazeebo, you are playing split push Nazeebo.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't play Nazeebo, but it feels like that's the way of things, at least in my Storm League games. Tychus and Nubarak have been taken.
Artanis.
Tannis.
And Lucio.
Okay, so I mean, more likely that it's damage Nazeebo, but not necessarily.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think it was just a suggested rule, and I think they
Right.
played offlane last game, but it's a new lineup. MDC is actually, I believe, a sub for these free agent teams. And then Leoric.
And Sky Temple is one of those wilder maps where you don't really get the chance to 5v5 team fight as much, because double temples make things very weird, and split pushing is also very strong. So
I often
yeah, I mean,
see,
tell me about these drafts.
Yeah, I often see Anubrak and Sylvanas get drafted together because of that push, like ignore objective or do something on the other side of the map. Push with beetles,
Yep.
black arrows. It's just free structure damage.
Yep.
So, but at the same time, when I see it drafted, it doesn't necessarily have to be used that way. But I think getting the maximum potential or the maximum value from both of those heroes is to do that, is to push and push.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things that you want to do when you have the opportunity, and being able to recognize when the opponents are somewhere else on the map and just get a free wall, get some free fort damage, or even just use that black arrow to dive it's very versatile.
I would prepare for your ceaseless
I'll go ahead and introduce Brightwing's besties, since you named Bigglesworth's buddies. Okay, so we've got T-Core on Nazeebo, Desta on Cassia, Lunatic on Lucio, MDC on the Johanna, and Union on Artanis.
And on Team Bigglesworth's buddies, we have the Line Bus on Rhaegar, Death Unbound on Anubarak, Jason on Sylvanas, Sylvester Chung on Tychus, and GG Izo on Leoric.
It
And
does kind
they
of
go
look like...
bots.
Yes, that looks
Oh,
like
and they're
some
going
cheese.
top to scout the cheese. No, they're just going for the short.
And we do see stack tennis. I say that at the beginning of every game, that stack tennis, because...
Oh, that was sick. The Leoric just unmounted all of them.
Really?
So now they can push this for free. That was really nice.
I wish I had seen it.
Just a little icing on the split push cake there. Really good positioning by the Leo. Just get that free Q and dismount all of them.
So one thing that I thought was interesting about stack tennis is that this looks like offlane Artanis, which makes it harder for the Artanis to clear waves and camps.
Right. Yeah, it's a little strange. We'll see how much that affects the soak as time goes on.
I like
They
the
can cover
Tychus
a little.
pick into the Cassia despite the blinds, because that means that armor with minigun doesn't really matter.
Sure.
But Brightwing's Besties has a lot of blinds into Sylvan and Tychus, so I'm a little concerned about if they'll be able to get enough damage off, just in general.
Yeah. Both teams taking siege at pretty equivalent times. I really think it's going to be hard for Artanis to get any stacks at all, to be honest. It's just, he has to, if he's going to follow the Leoric around, he's going to just build up big red waves, which we can already see is happening in top lane. So, blue team's going to have to rotate to catch that soak.
Ooh, Tychus does get in that zombie wall. And Bigglesworth Buddy's getting kind of low here. Lots of sippies. Johanna getting low on both health and mana, steps up for the condemn, but gets punished for stepping up there without Iron Skin.
Yeah.
I believe that's truly the counter for Johanna, is to kill her. When she doesn't have Iron Skin.
Just kill her.
Just kill her.
It's true. Now we're playing Hots. Bigglesworth's buddies getting the Bruiser camp first. They have a nice rotational lead as well as an XP lead, although it's not manifested yet. But yeah, there we see half a level lead once they equalize the waves here. And that's a lot of that's actually from the offlane. I mean, they got a kill, but a lot of that's just from the soak difference. Gonna split up these waves, get some push top, Black Arrows used to get some wall damage. Leoric's gonna cover mid and bot while this team pushes top, which is
I would not be surprised
standard
to see this whole fort go down with their control up top objective, pushing the camp, getting that wall.
Yeah, for sure. And Leoric sees, hey, it's a free temple mid. I'm just gonna get the temple mid. I mean, why not? Blue's forced to deal with a bruiser. They've got a bruiser of their own, so they're gonna have some push coming here, and they're gonna take a 4v4 on top shrine. Actually get chunked a ton by the Sylve. Cassia does go down. Joe might be the next to fall.
And that is 2 dings from Master Assassin on that Tychus.
Artanis is bullying Leo off this point, does get the last shots in mid.
Honestly,
So-
is Artanis stacking okay? 54?
Yeah, he's definitely stacking. He's got his priorities.
Nazebo's kind of stacking too here, so we'll see if it gets to late game. That's already a fort down. That top shrine, I would say, is objectively better, especially when you have that camp.
Yeah. How do you feel about Toad Nazebo?
It's interesting. I feel like you take that build. Well, you see Johanna go down once again. I feel like you take Toad build when you're up against like beefy meleeers. I don't think that's quite the case here, but a new break is in.
It's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Are you breaking the wall?
It's the side wall. Yeah. And all of a sudden, red team with not just half a level lead, but more like 1.5 levels of a lead. Yeah, 2,000 soak difference.
I like that Artanis is committing to fighting, right? Getting stacked, because like there's no way Artanis is getting prio in the wave clear in this soak.
Yeah, he needs his team to support him. He's realizing that the only way he's going to be able to scale the way he wants to scale is to get some extra damage. Is going full swap build, which is going to give him more attack speed. I believe it's the same build that we saw, except on Battlefield, they took...
Amateur opponent, yeah.
Yeah, amateur opponent. So this is going to be a single temple, and it'll be a full level 10 advantage for the Bigglesworth team. Jason clearing the siege camp that was just capped by the team.
The ults we see are Wailing Arrow, Cocoon, Ancestral, Entomb, and Commandeer Odin.
Yeah, and I really think this is a dead fort. And a dead Nazebo, apparently. Nice and Tomb.
Yeah.
Tomb and Nubarak charge. Tychus on camp.
Important to respect when they have level 10.
Artanis split pushing top lane, trying to get some value wherever he can. I think it's pretty reasonable. Gets the wave crashing into the wall, rotates mid. Actually looking for that Leo probably to get some more stacks. The team rotates to try to cover mid fort, which is almost down. Blessed Shield, I think, lands, but doesn't really get much done.
I think Sylvanas unstoppable through it.
Ah, that's what happened.
It was really cool, actually.
Very clutch.
That or Rhaegar cleanse, but I didn't hear it, so I think it was the Sylvanas unstop.
Ooh, Wailing Arrow catches the Artanis. 4 people, and that's a kill. Cocoon onto Nazebo, they're looking for more, and this is a great way to use Cocoon because there's not much they can do about it. Huge Entomb as well. This is a fight they want, it's a fight they're going to get for free.
Oh,
although
tons of damage coming out.
Really low. Doesn't go down. Sylv's looking to finish off the Cassie in the back, but red team's low. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse for blue.
Yeah. It could have gone a lot worse for both teams, honestly.
Yeah, it could have.
It looked pretty close there. Them being all stacked under the Gargantuan with Johannes and Do.
Yeah. Some nice counterburst damage, despite the Entomb.
And so I did not call out these ults. We've got Suppression Pulse, Ball Lightning, Gargantuan, Blessed Shield, and Sound Barrier.
Sound Barrier. Not gonna see any Cocoon high fives. Oh, another big Entomb. Catches Lucio and the Cassia cannot leave. Tomb falls and she is alive.
Ooh, Blessed Shield doesn't connect with the Nubrag, but does still die.
Jason's getting low as well. Could get swapped. Does get
swapped.
That's 2 counter kills. That's huge comeback experience.
It's like looking to be aggressive here, but a little bit of split focus here.
But they might look for another swap. They do not.
Well, we got Camps clashing top. Johannes backing for mana.
Probably gonna see one rotate top and then a 4v4 bots.
Oh, this Nazebo is beginning the boss.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, those death timers, I think it's doable. I think they can burn this soon enough, but they are kind of split, so I don't think they'll sniff it out.
Nah, they're all top right now, so this is a free boss, which is a really nice call. I'm not sure if they saw the positioning of red team to know that this was very safe, but it was very safe, and they can get it for free.
I love this. It's like split push Nazebo, but in the 4-man.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is going to be hard for them to get much more than this outer fort. I mean, they might find that they also get keep wall, depending on.
Bigglesworth's buddies got that keep with the top shrine. Or the temple.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of value from the objective there. Lucio looking for some engages here.
That's a burst.
Yeah, that's a toad.
Frogs.
Ribbit.
Ooh, the last shots get the mid fort. I mean, they're still a little down, but all in all, I think you can't be too unhappy with that exchange.
Okay, so they see Artanis clearing that wave top, decide to invade the camp.
Oh, get entombed anyway.
Oh, Sound Barrier.
Sound Barrier comes out.
Finding some time for Artanis to come in. Yep. Cocoon onto the Cassia, but Suppression Pulse blinds everyone, so now it's a full-on 5v5 with a lot of ults
and Jason speed forward, has to walk back to safety, and Nubrag's getting low, but gets a big stun.
Only Gargantuan and Odin are up.
Might get a counter kill here. Hard to say. They're all slow.
Ooh, they do get the counter kill, but there's 2 more that drop.
Yeah. And that is not the best result for blue. Especially with 3 siege monsters walking up to bot lane. Keep fort, or keep wall.
Big push bot, the double entomb. These entombs are kind of crazy.
Every
The crazy fen.
Every single entomb is landing.
Grenade does not connect.
Swap. A little wide. Huge blessed shield. They're looking for more.
Oh, they didn't.
Unstoppable cannot save you from a zombie wall, although she's gonna get chased down by the Lucio, actually, I think.
You love to see it?
Oh, wait. Wait. No! He had her. One more auto.
Oh, yes, the sound barrier. Okay. Where'd the Sylve go? Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oh, that was the perfect idea.
You know, sometimes it's like hard to know when you're auto-attacking and when you're not on Lucio, I feel.
Right. Yeah, I imagine probably they thought, you know, oh, I've got some more auto attacks on the way, and she's dead, and then walked away too far.
Yeah.
It was like, oh damn, now I just gotta leave. Oh well.
But honestly, like, I like the aggressiveness so far that we've seen from them, because that you can be really aggressive with Lucio, and that's the really cool thing about him as a healer. You can
Yeah.
find kills like that.
Yeah, and Lucio is like kind of like Charism,
Yeah, a little bit.
and Charism's kind of like Lucio.
Oh,
so
they're buddies.
they're buddies, except Lucio's a lot better.
Charism's comrades? Lucio's
Charism's comrades.
Lucio's lovers?
Losers. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
I like yours better.
okay. Lucio's all about love and music, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Okay, so lots of structures going down. Some objective.
Oh,
Big team
Equal
fight.
invade, huge condemn. Ancestral goes out on Tychus
Wailing
to save
Arrow and
Silence is
Entomb, but Sound Barrier buying them a lot of time. I really like the Sound Barrier choice here.
This is going to be 1 kill, maybe 2 kills, maybe more. They're going to catch Nubrak. They might even find a swap afterwards.
Ooh, the
Big stun
Impale.
goes by-
Johanna's not gonna let him go.
Johanna is also not going to leave.
She leaves! She lives!
So 2 kills, really nice counterplay.
Yeah.
That was the team fight that they wanted.
It
Red
is.
team grouping up for the condemned, trying to walk in on the camp, gets punished for it a little bit. What will they be able to do with it? I mean, boss is an option. It'll be hard, but it's an option. Up in 5 seconds. I imagine they're gonna go for it because I think when you don't have any structures, you go for stuff. You just go for stuff. Yeah, they started.
15 seconds on the new Brett still. Leoric walking.
Yeah, Lyric actually getting chunked here is good for their boss.
Ooh, the Blessed asked for the Wraith Walk.
Yep. Will we see no Ancestral? It is still on
Blind
cooldown.
on the Tychus.
Tychus is low, and now
They have
maybe
so
they
many
like-
blinds for this Tychus. It's making it
Yeah.
really difficult for him to get value here.
I was gonna say now they maybe don't even go for boss; they just push. But I think they're gonna go for boss.
Well, they could do boss and have one cap objective and push with the boss, but it
Yeah,
would be
I don't
difficult.
think you want to let them kill those siege giants for free though.
Yeah.
But I guess they won't. They're just gonna clear top.
You are
I mean,
giving
this
some
is-
vision.
This is huge.
Artenis looking to get that Leoric on spawn.
They want to put someone on bot temple who isn't Nazebo.
Ooh, totem build Rhaegar. Puts the totem down for the big slow. Ancestral comes out onto that Leoric, and that is a big cooldown. Ancestral, 100 seconds.
This boss is very healthy. This is going to be big push. All the ults are up except for blind for blue, so I don't think that they need to stop this push. They are going to continue getting some more keep damage.
I think they
Big
should.
condemn.
Ooh,
This is actually
plus the
potentially a
blinds.
great start to a fight. Artanis helping
If they
from
get
a
more picks
million
here,
miles
they
away.
could end the game. And Nubrak diving
Johanna's
in with
been-
very few HP.
Yeah, does actually get it though.
That's a 1-for-1. No, not a bunch of push power left. And Canis are going to core here.
Yep, free Catus. It's probably not going to get any shield damage, but
Depends
Let's
on
force them
if
to
anybody
back.
backs. Okay, Nazeebo's backing.
and this is really, really big for blue because it gives them a win condition. I mean, they don't need to. Yeah, they don't need to sit on the.
We are
stand
also
the-
waiting on the Zeebo to get that Violent Faction. I believe they're about to get it very, very soon. This wave and maybe one more. Unless I can't do math. Which I've been known to not be able. I'm a caster. It's allowed.
Oh, how many stacks is it to? Oh, 175.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more waves. That was a big wave, to be fair. So, level 20s for both of these teams. Infinite Lightning, Radiating Faith, House Party. Let's see, anything interesting? Oh, Rewind, Farseers. Big red button. Some pretty meta picks here. You love to see ball lightning get value.
Is that it?
What the? Oh, violent fiction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's finished.
Time to take a fight.
Yeah, Nazebo is big. He is big mode. Those toads are gonna hurt.
Yeah. And that damage over time, or just the big damage numbers coming out from Brightwing's Bessies, combined with their peels, which are blinds, condemn, and Lucio's insane sustain with sound barrier, and
Now, I think the biggest downside, or like thing that sucks for blue team right now, is the fact that there are 2 temples coming up.
yeah.
Which means if red trades, red is very happy, and you're gonna have to figure out some way to
I think you
not
have to
die.
run at them if you're blue
Yeah.
team, which is
You
not
have to
always
force.
easy when you're running Johanna.
No, it's really hard. If it was 1 temple right now, they'd be pretty happy.
This bot
Because
lane
it's 2
is
temples.
looking very strong as well.
It's rough. It's rough. They're gonna have to recall soon to deal with it, but they have some time. You can't just stay on temple here. You have to look, and they are, which is
they're
really
looking.
good. And I
They're
like
on
the
the
speed.
timer.
I love the speed that they're trying to get this
Yeah.
fight. Blessed
Oh,
Field,
big condemn. Oh my goodness,
Beautiful.
the Farseer's lesson
Oh.
going off, but
the double ancestral value. Okay, but they could still
the
make this work.
cocoon stops the ball lightning somehow.
Yeah.
This is insane to say. Look at that sound barrier.
Oh my
But
God,
Sylve
Syl.
is taking the temple as this chase goes down.
It's gonna be close. They have to send someone mid right away. They cannot let this temple end the game. And it's getting close to it. Oh, damn. I mean, maybe?
They have to have
13,
someone back
10?
as well. They have to have
But I
someone
think they
back.
can.
Oh my god!
No,
Sylvanas!
Artanis is backing. Artanis is backing. They're gonna get some shields. Yeah, shields are coming up, so Sylph can't end. They actually can win.
Oh,
Maybe?
Oh my
no,
goodness.
Rhaegar is top! Rhaegar is top! No! What?
Amazing. Because, like,
Sorry.
I think if we had more team fights, Right Wing's Bessie found their power spike.
They did. They crushed it.
consistently won those.
It's the double temple. Like, if it was a single temple, they win this game, I think. So they can just blame RNG for that one.
Wow. That was exciting.
That was a clutch ending.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Lots of damage from the Cassia. Ball lightning. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and make that second lobby. So give me just a second here. We're going to Towers of Doom! Yay! We love Towers of Doom.
We love Towers of Doom.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Everyone loves Towers of Doom.
Yep. Even if it's math. Get these players in here for the world famous NGS Combine.
Let's go. I'm famous.
You are now. You are now. And this is going to be our last match of the day. Winner takes all. I'm just kidding. These aren't formed teams. It's recruiters and free agents. So I like what we're seeing though. You know, these teams seem generally cohesive and not like they're running around with their heads cut off. So I think that's really cool.
These are quality teams with quality players. I mean, that game was exciting, and I thought the team fights were very well coordinated. So everyone was posing a threat with whatever tools they used. Tombs, condemns, shields. There were some nice busted shields that game.
Yeah, I like those.
And even
Sound
swaps,
barriers.
like
yeah, the swaps were
sound-
like the best engage for Brightwing's besties.
yeah, the last fight, they did such a good job of actually forcing the fight
Yeah.
and getting the fight that they wanted.
Mhm.
If they just split a little sooner to make sure that they had control of the temples, which they had time to do, I think, if they just had that awareness, then that game could go in their favor. It was real close.
All right, everybody's ready, so let's go ahead and start. We saw a lot of meta picks that game.
Yeah. Towers of Doom. Will we see Azul?
Azul, huh?
Azul.
Jewel. The crown jewel. Zools.
Zoomers.
Okay. I'll take it. I'm kind of surprised nobody's been banning or picking Blaze. And I'm not mad about it, honestly.
Me neither. Especially the not picking part.
Yeah. Not that, like, Blaze is a bad hero. It just gets played so often. Sometimes as an observer, it's hard to be like, and he makes it out with Bunker.
Wow.
Oh
I
no!
can't believe
He didn't get ganked.
He didn't die? What? Blaze is alive?
He's a tank. Okay.
Yeah.
So they banned Sylvanas.
I like 4-man Bruiser Blaze.
Oh yeah?
That's what I like.
Big stun. Big stun.
Big stun.
This feels like the biggest hitbox in the game. Like,
Yeah.
Like bigger than Deathwing's, like E-stun.
if your teammate gets hit by it and you're not even in the same zip code as him, you still get stunned. It's like, what the hell?
So they don't want Johanna to get first picked. Honestly okay with the Asmodan ban here.
Asthma ban.
Asthma ban. Asmodan's advocates. Oh, stop. Okay, so we've got Andaman first picked for the line bet.
Do you think Blaze makes good brownies?
Yeah, totally. He cooks. I feel like if you can make... Well, I don't know what he cooks. He, like, grills things, right?
I don't know.
He just talks about fire a lot.
I think he says my goose is getting cooked, but I think that means something else.
Oh, no. Okay, assuming that he cooks, it's not hard to make brownies.
if we assume he cooks.
Well, he says, like, a line that's, like... I swear he says a line about cooking.
Yeah.
But not that one.
Can I look up Blaze quotes right now? Okay,
Yeah, please. Blaze's banter.
Blaze's banter.
Ooh, some really high potency heroes getting picked up. Diablo and Greyman.
Oh yeah, he says, let's get cooking.
Yeah, see?
Original or extra crispy. That's right. These are good quotes. You look like last week's barbecue. Which he
See,
says to Abathur specifically.
if you can make barbecue, you can make brownies. Am I right? Somebody prove me wrong.
True.
Oh, they put Blaze.
No. I want to see Blaze. Okay.
Hey, it's Brightwing's besties.
Yeah, let's go.
Walla
Different
Leeming
Calcutta.
variant. Something we've seen in today's cast before.
True.
Or was it Leeming Walla in a different tank?
Oh. Well, we've seen those characters. Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually think it was a different tank. Hey, you wanted Malthael.
I kind of did want Malthael. I think Malthael's a little underrated. But of course, like all
Ooh.
heroes in the game, you must be able to get the max value from your hero. Know your limits. This is interesting.
It's gonna be it's gonna be rough to double soak against Malthael as Artanis once again. But
Well, you can't core on this map.
True. True. Draft thoughts?
I think I'm seeing a little bit more of a well-rounded comp on the side of or not well-rounded, but like synergistic on the side of Bigglesworth's buddies. Because you're very like one note when it comes to playing with the Varian, and I believe that's what the Li Ming is for. And I'm not saying it won't get value, but how do you shut down Diablo and Greymane?
Right. Yeah,
Tell for battle,
I
heroes.
agree. I worry also that they might have to like send Brightwing to cover Soak a lot.
It's possible, and it's actually pretty easy to gank that mid lane from like the bushes and stuff, because
The battle
minions
begins
meet in the middle.
10 seconds.
Yeah, mid lane is scary.
It really is.
5, 4,
The rotations are pretty quick on this map.
2, 1. Fight.
And we are stacking. We're stackers. Double
Of
build
course.
Vala. And then Protector Vire.
GLHF has been called.
Go.
Oh.
What?
Sorry.
Spell shield or soul shield.
Prio goes to red side. I like Diablo's positioning, just standing in vision, saying hello. Oh!
Ooh, the living bomb.
Living bomb has been spread. Brightwing has been killed. Can you believe all of Brightwing's besties just let Brightwing die?
Are they really besties though? Just kidding.
That's a camp and a nice early lead for a red team. Definitely not ideal.
Oh my gosh, the flip
Oh!
during the E!
The flip under the tower shots.
Yes.
Slight overextension, especially with the Brightwing Z coming in clutch.
They could have been a
Yeah.
little bit more patient to get onto that Bala, because if you just walked at her and didn't use your Q, you'd eventually get into a position where you wallbang.
That was a really nice rotation for gank, but unfortunately they were level 3 and not level 4. So that Greymane gets out perfectly okay. If they had taunt, that Greymane's super dead. But no taunt yet. Now, taunt is on the board. That happens again, that's a kill.
Looking for the Anduin. Calls the Diablo instead. Get a decent chunk on him. Walks away.
Yeah, and I hope I see more of that rotation, like you're saying. Mid lane is scary, and they have variant. That's one way to get good advantage. Good use of that taunt. Oof. Volo's been eating these living bombs. Artanis and Malthael fighting over top camp. It looks like Malthael's actually winning this, but maybe not. Actually, it's just gonna give it. So Artanis gets some sappers. Going to split altars. Malthael going to arrive slightly
Double
earlier.
root onto Brightwing and Li Ming. They don't choose to engage there. Taunt onto the Grey Mane, but it's a little out of range of the DPS for now.
Greymane's getting kind of low.
Brightwing does not get interrupted on that fake ship.
The Z just
Amazing.
so brazen.
I
But
mean,
the 5v5
Diablo had already
yeah.
used their CC, I think.
Oh, the swap. It swaps Malthael out. He goes back in. Everyone's kind of low. Greymane especially. So is Diablo. First kill. Full forced on Malthael. Jason's getting quite low. Does dodge the magic missiles. One more auto is not quite enough.
The
for
W!
Ball, finishes the kill.
Good chase, good chase.
Yeah, and Brightwing's besties inching their way forward, getting a nice lead on everything. Especially the sappers crashing top, also giving them some structure value. A couple more sappers, and all of a sudden top lane is going to be a big point of interest.
It'll be math if they get a structure.
Yeah, that's math. Structures are math.
They equal 1.
And it is W build Vala, so that's a thing. Diablo looking at the Vala.
W
Also
build
is
Bala
crazy.
doesn't mean they can't go Manticore for Diablo.
Damn, Malthael is getting bullied. Oh, they're gonna try to dive? No way. Okay.
P-taps. Oh, he's going back
Taunt
in.
onto Anduin. Anduin's getting really low. That's a lot of burst damage. And that is another kill.
That's exactly how they wanted to play their comp.
Yeah. And Artanis is still looking for the Malthael. Gets him on the rotation. Malthael did not back. Gets punished for it. Hey, they're getting kills everywhere.
Artanis sitting at a healthy 100, just getting 99 stacks.
Okay, he's got shields. So,
Run, Brightwing, run!
yeah, Brightwing. Probably will get the
Whoa,
flip. Oh,
the
how is
speed!
that not in range? No way.
It's really hard to do that as Diablo, to walk up and E, like...
Yeah.
Especially
I'm
Brightwing
surprised
gave
he
him
didn't see
speed.
a charge.
Yeah, I was actually surprised too. Whoa!
Oh, oh! Unfortunate angle on the flip, but the fight continues. Taunt onto the Diablo, getting a little low. No pull used yet. Artanis gets another cap on top siege, getting a lot of structure damage actually as these sappers go through. And level 10s online for blue team. They did split the altars, but now they've got a chance to make some plays. Full wall down on top lane.
I think it's amazing how well this Artanis is doing in the offlane, but
Yeah, I
Brightwing's
agree.
besties covering for mid a lot of the time while also looking for ganks, which is
which
a
is
cool dual usage of like their team comp.
It's nice. It's enabling the Artanis to do what he wants, which is bully the Malthael, get prio on the camp, and stack like a maniac. Which he is. He's got 112 stacks. Oof.
Yeah, this is so interesting watching Artanis say, "Screw the lane,
It's
I'm gonna go kill the other offlaner." It's like Thrall.
Yeah. I like that. I like the technique. I mean, you don't see Artanis played like this very much.
Yeah,
so.
it's not common. Oh, the APOC lands on the variant, but gets cleansed. Light bomb
Light
onto
bomb
the Diablo, gives him the
catches
shield.
2.
Rain of Vengeance peeling, and Malthael is not going to join this fight.
Living bomb spreading. Varian getting caught without his team actually going on the wrong angle. Team getting split, but Diablo might go down for it. MDC also very low.
Oh my gosh, but Varian lived so long and actually countered the last rights with shield wall.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Very cool.
Activate them now.
And they might try to play for stall here. I mean, it's 1-1.
Ooh,
Get a
big
swap on
swap.
Jason. That's okay. Anduin is there, and now so is the team, so they have to be a little careful. Red team's going to get to this altar first, so it looks like blue is going to let them get this cap. Another split, I think. Yeah, another split.
And so for these ults, let's check them out. We can see that last right. Apocalypse, Phoenix, Light Bomb, and Go for the Throat. And then Shield Wall, Rain of Vengeance, Suppression Pulse, Disintegrate, and Blink Heal. Looks like a gank is coming mid here for this Malthael. Ooh, the swap into the taunt!
Very nice.
That's exactly how they want to play their comp.
Yep, it's really beautiful rotations onto this mid lane. Just every time they see anybody, they're just killing them. And they're getting so much value for it. I mean, Artanis is probably going to just get another Sapper Camp top. That's going to be a lot of fort damage if it gets through. APOC goes out. Will we see a blind coming in from the Artanis to support his team? Probably soon. Maybe not.
Light Bomb doesn't connect. Diablo getting very, very low, and we do see
Here's
the suppression
blind.
pulse.
One more taunt might happen if Varian gets close enough. Gets the slow onto Anduin. He's
Oh, the
looking.
taunt onto the
Taunt
Greymane,
onto
who steps up.
Greymane. Ooh, really low, but I think he's going to get away.
Ooh. Structure is getting very low, and it's a single altar phase with level 13 advantage for right wings besties.
Ooh, and Artanis is going to bully this Malthael and maybe force Malthael from being able to clear the Sapper Camp. Maybe even get another kill. That swap CDR.
Oh, the
plus
Bright
the Bright
Wings
from
coming
the end
in.
to secure.
What CDR
So
insane.
good. So good. That Artanis is a madman top lane.
Oh my,
God, a
gosh.
taunt. That is so much damage.
Any other hero on their team, they're dead.
Oh, Diablo is alive. Actually get a counter kill on the Vala. Oof, light bomb. A little bit of miscommunication there. I mean,
So Diablo goes and taps, and now this is a 3v4 for now, but Artanis does get that top structure. The taunt onto the KT!
Will he get the final kill? He does not. Jason low. Right wing Z, tops Varian off, and Diablo is still low as well. No damage. APOC for the counter engage, misses the flip. Now I think Diablo's not long for this world. He's so low. Jason trying to get some damage from the side. Will we see a shield to block it? We do. That last rights has not been coming through so far. Taunt onto Malthael.
Ooh,
Swap.
the blade!
Ooh. Little sidestep action. Teleports away from the swap. Still, another set of shots from 4 forwards, not just 3. Having Z's to Artanis keep alive. And that's the thing, when you win the top lane so hard on towers, this top fort can become a huge thorn in the side of red team.
Because if you get the camp again, that's shots. Like it's just like an objective here in this.
Yeah. And Malthael is like the worst character to try to get that back. Like there's like nobody worse than Malthael at killing a fort, so Sappers collide bot lane. And it's like one more kill, and they have 16s here, so they could force something if they want to. And like one more kill, you know, they get bot for it, and all of a sudden, like the game is looking really grim. But as you say, you can always come back on Towers of Doom.
Oh yes, it's math.
That's math, baby.
Taunt on
Taunt
the
onto
Diablo, and now we have
Polly,
Manticore from the Vala, so
Yeah.
Diablo's gonna melt even quicker. It does not matter who they taunt anymore; they will likely die. Oh, they're not
stun
able
onto
to finish
Vala.
off the structure. Living Bomb spreads the Varian. Li Ming's gonna finish that off.
1 orb and 3 altars coming up with a dead Diablo. This is definitely rough. They might even choose to just go mid and pressure it. I mean, it's hard to say. Artanis is getting surrounded, get rooted. Stun, roots.
He's got
Not
decent
getting enough damage,
sustain.
though.
Brightwing looking to cap before maybe Zing in.
Yep.
Yep.
And we see the Z come in. 5v4.
Big orbs.
Jason's getting really low. Another
Orb
swap. 2
resets.
kills,
They're going
3
insane.
kills. Oh my lord! And this game is all blue. It is all blue. I think that's
Always blue.
6. Okay, if they get 2 altars and then boss, they win.
Let the gravekeeper
So.
know my
I think they just win because they can just get a boss and contested here. So once they realize that, yeah, they will take the game. This was a slaughter,
Yeah.
and I mean the whole team was doing well, both in the 4v4, but this was a solo lane domination.
Yeah.
Not just because of the Artanis, also because of the rotations,
Right.
but combination of those two things was huge.
I
GG.
predicted wrong during draft, I guess. They really made use of the taunt combos also.
Yeah, they did. They really did. They had a lot of follow up, especially the Poly is underrated as a follow up to taunt.
Yeah, or even Gorge.
Yeah. I mean, Poly's just OP, so I guess.
Yeah, Poly's super useful. Well, figures. Brightwing's besties won with Brightwing.
Let's go.
Look at those healing numbers.
If Bigglesworth's buddies had picked KTZ, they would have won.
I think so. Totally. If you're Varian, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We're just memeing. There's some really great plays by everyone. Did you happen to have like a favorite play or like a favorite player that played a certain hero?
Oh.
Honestly, I respect.
Artanis.
Yeah, I respect the commitment to the stack tennis.
Yeah,
Like,
I liked it.
You can force value, okay? I mean, look at the damage. They did great.
Yeah,
7-0 and got 13k soak.
that's huge.
Mhm.
That's value.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anybody else doing a cast and then we can raid them. I think I'm the last one. Bahamut might still be going though. Let's see. Yes, he is, and they're also on Towers of Doom. It looks like they just started. So let's. I know how to raid someone. Totally. Well, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoy the free agent combine and Bahamut, who you will be watching in like 2 seconds. Thanks for enjoying it, T-Core.